Alright, y'all. Making another video I'm gonna post here in a couple days. But when I get off this ship, this beautiful view. Some cargo containers out there, but should be hitting into Florida here late this evening. But or I guess early in the morning. But anyways, I had one, and this is really for Ryan and the cohort of boys out there, men out there, that we it's really crazy. I'm listening to, and I'm here by myself, me and my two girls, right? This trip is for the kids. I'm on a Disney cruise. It's not for me, right? I mean, it's for me for memories, but I'm not going and doing the stuff that normal adults are going to go do by themselves. Usually, there's some here, but I've listened to so many couples fight over whose turn it is and why they need a break and they're overloaded and I don't want to do this or I can't do this. They'll say it's that they don't want to. They don't want to give the kid a bath. They don't want to, whatever. I'm just listening to all these arguments on the ship, and it's humorous because like I at one point I was like, yeah, a break would be kind of nice, just and I wanted to say it out loud just to be a smart aleck, but I didn't. I'm not trying to cause any problems and butt into where I don't belong, right? But I will say this trip has made it very clear to me, and I actually was thinking it, and I didn't really speak it out loud. And then last night, so they have us positioned at a six top for dinner, and a grandma and her two grandkids got placed at our table. And you stay with the same people every night. They move you restaurants, but your staff comes with you. The people you sit with come with you all the way, which is cool because they have like I got cranberry juice the first night, just for something kind of refreshing, whatever. And now they have it on my table every night, so that's really cool. And a glass of water because I chug water. But I'm watching all these guys that are, as parents, as men, as husbands, as just all of it. They're so weak. I'm just watching them just whine and gripe, and I'm watching the wives take up so much slack, and you could just see it in their eyes. They're frustrated of it, and all I could think, I was looking at this couple, and now I'll give this guy props. He's I'll call him a weak man in a different way, probably. Bigger guy, let himself go quite a bit, but and his wife's pretty slender blonde, whatever. But I watched his interactions with his kids, and you could tell he loves his kids, babies them very much, but loves them, and so he's wearing a goofy hat and things like that for him. Now, there's I watched one of them. They're twins. I watched one act up, and he did nothing, and his wife is trying to handle the other one, and he's just staring. And my 9-year-old, actually, we were waiting in line for dinner last night. She actually grabbed the little girl and started playing Ring Around the Rosie with her to calm her down. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, my 9-year-old realized that the mom needed help, and this guy doesn't step up to that. It's just so sad. Just such, and that's such a small example. I'm trying to think of how to nicely put some of these other ones out there, and I just can't. And I hope the audio is okay. I'm not trying to talk too loud and tick anyone off on the balconies, and but it's just frustrating to see how weak our men are, and as Ryan would say, they've completely left their legacy to chance. There's a ton of money on this boat, y'all, and not the boat itself. I mean, the boat itself too. Golly, the details crazy, but the people, and they think of their legacy as financials. If I had to ask any of them, I bet you most of them would say, "Oh, well, I'm leaving them a, big bank account or big 401k or whatever." It, and that's not what legacy is supposed to be about. I mean, if that's what you want your legacy to be, then so be it. But uh, that's not leaving much behind. All that's disposable, and it's pretty well known pattern that it will eventually be used up by one generation. Whether it's the next one or the one after that, who knows? But or yours, you may end up in a nursing home, use it all up, and you have nothing left. It it's just crazy to see that men are just so weak and oblivious to what is going on and what they're doing in this world or not doing in this world. And listening to these arguments that I'm like, how strong, and I can't, this sounds so bad. I've learned from my mistakes. I think So I'm not a married man, but I'm I consider myself very wise in the sense of what was wrong in my marriage, and also when I watch other situations, you watch other mistakes, and you're like, I see it, and I'm watching, and these women are they're just asking for their man to step up and do what a man should. That's it. But this grandma last night at dinner, back to where I was going with that, for that tangent, she actually was started talking to me about this and how she's watching. She's like, the men of this world are just so week, and she gave me props. She's like, props to you. Like, I watch you with these girls every night, and you're doing great. And I was so thankful. Like, that's the biggest gift you can give to me in a compliment's sake is tell me I'm being a good father and doing a good job. Like, that's, and I try to tell other dads that all the time. I've told you all that before, and I actually, it's funny. I was just thinking that just a little bit earlier about how weak these good times have made these men. And we're about to have bad times, and it's going to make strong men again. Unfortunately, these weak men ain't going to survive. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and they're leaving a spoiled generation. So those of us that can step up, especially if we can raise our children to be those strong men and women, and they're going to be the rulers of that next generation. Not so to speak like presidency or nothing of that stuff. I mean, like the actual leaders of that generation, the ones that actually get things done. And I'm honored to say I think I got a good shot with my daughters. Maybe 50-50. You question one of them every now and then, but they just both do so wonderful with, like, my 9-year-old. She'd probably be the weakest of the daughters because she's kind of a follower, but for her to just jump in and start taking care of that little girl who she did not know, then held her hand all the way to her table before she went to our table. And you could tell the mom didn't know what to do or what to think, and it was kind of uncomfortable, you could see, for her. As I'm standing there by myself with my girls, and her husband's not knowing, like, really realizing what's going on. And so I stepped back of it. I let it happen way in front of me because I'm not trying to impose and cause any problems. My daughter's just trying to do the right thing. But it's just so crazy to see. So I know today's kind of a rant on it. I just wanted to point that out. It's crazy. It's sad, but also exciting because that shows that those of us that are stepping up, we're about to watch a generational shift. I'm not a financially well-off person at all, and I've never been, never have been, never raised that way, none of it. And to see that even us little folk can make such a big splash in this world, that's what I'm excited for. And I think my kids and others out there, other like-minded individuals like the cohort, so Forge, man, I'm proud to be a part of y'all, and I'm excited to see what we all do with our families, and one of these days getting us all together. That's pretty exciting thought in my head. Ryan, I'd love to help organize that one day. But y'all, I hope y'all have an amazingly blessed day. Keep going. I'll give one more view of this beautiful side out here, just for a little jealousy. It's a cargo ship. That's not so beautiful, but just kind of chilling there. But y'all, again, love y'all. Be strong. Where's it at?